Hello, friends. I'm not doing that. I don't know why.
You like that, like the way it sounds, don't you?
Hello, friends. Welcome
I
back to another video.
So, if you guys don't know what Kez is mentioning, my old videos I used to start like that, my old podcasts, but it kind of rolls off the tongue, doesn't it?
It does roll off.
Do you want me to do it one time? Would you
Yeah.
get hyped if I do it?
Alright, do it.
Hello, friends, and welcome to
Oh my god.
Nostalgia, right?
Oh my god.
That's cool.
Insert Minecraft clip. Nah, that's
Insert old intro.
it is pretty old, and you guys don't even know what it is because the channel's gone.
Yep.
You could. My stomach just rumbled something mega.
Yeah.
You'll never ever see what we uploaded, ever.
Oh, they might.
Nah, we were something else.
No,
back then.
like what I was thinking is I have so many different channels. So first I had do I mention the channel?
I don't think you should.
I don't think I should. So I had a channel, and the first ever one was a vlog channel. Very, very
Amazing.
like, you know, the stuff that you'd make like back when you're like a teenager, like a
Yeah.
little kid,
Incredible.
and you look back and you go, "What the hell was I doing? What was I on?"
Are you gonna upload the Bali vlog by?
So I have another channel, which I won't name that one as well. That's actually a bit
How
more
many channels
professional.
do you have, bro?
I have 4. Yeah.
Oh, you have the as well.
Oh yeah. See, that's the one I can't name.
Oh,
But it's okay. I'll bleep it.
alright.
Yeah. You know why?
Why?
Because still kind of want to do that. I think that.
Bro, stop.
Why? Why?
Stop. That channel's on its 50th anniversary at this point, bro. That channel's gone.
But I will upload the barley wall.
It's not the bro. It's kick the. That's rename it to kick.
That joke won't make sense to any of you because it's just bleeped. But yeah, I've had 4 channels. My first was like a vlog channel that I had, and what were we talking about before? We were talking about the intro, right? Oh yeah. See, I will never post it publicly. Those videos, they're all
of course,
privated.
of course.
But I do at some point want to go through all of them and find funny moments that are actually appropriate and mash them all into a montage. Because I think it'd be cool.
it would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
It'll be a.
Like, we did some
Flashback.
pretty funny stuff back in the day. We have some good videos, but like, we have some good gaming videos, some vlog. We don't have good vlogs.
You miss COVID, huh?
Oh, COVID. Look, you know, we talked about this before. Quarantine times, yeah, they were like obviously horrible, especially for a lot of people out there. But like, there was just something about like having less to do. You know what I mean?
I think quarantine in general made me a more lazy person in life.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, you think it affected you negatively?
I think it affected me negatively. Yeah.
I think it's safe to say it affected everyone negatively, like
Yeah.
even me. But it was cool in a way to. It was a great time to save money, honestly.
It was.
You couldn't do anything.
It was a great time
Yeah.
to save money, but unfortunately, that's one of the main reasons why the economy was so messed up. The government had to give out so
Yeah.
much money
Yeah.
to the point where the value just dropped.
Yeah.
So-
and now we're suffering the consequences.
And now we're suffering. Now you want to eat chicken breast? Oh, $14
Yeah.
for 1
it's
kilo,
tough.
bro.
Even in Turkey now, it's really
Turkey is
bad.
messed up, bro.
I heard recently, like bread, how expensive bread is over there
It's not
now.
like 500 TL now for like a single slice of bread.
Yeah, it was. I don't know about 500, but it was really expensive.
Yeah.
But to be fair, I heard someone make this point while they were talking about this issue, and they were like, "Oh, it's a good thing because it'll stop the obesity." And
because how do you solve obesity
No.
epidemic
You know why?
pandemic?
I understand where they're coming from because as a Turk myself, I used to eat a lot of bread. Like a lot.
Yeah.
Turks have a lot of carbs. Like, bro, for like Turkish breakfast, it's very common to like for a family to have like 1.5, 2
Oh,
loaves of bread.
Easily.
Just easily, yeah.
Uh,
Maybe more.
You know what I figured out? And we've all been to countless restaurants. You know, Turkish restaurants. I'm sure there's other cultures that do this. Yeah, don't say I'm wrong, this that. But I'm just saying in general. Yeah, Turkish restaurants, they don't charge for bread. Have you realized that?
Oh, really?
So if you go to like a Türk lokantası and you tell them to fill up bread,
Yeah.
they're just gonna fill it up. They actually don't charge you.
Okay.
Interesting, huh?
Yeah, that's pretty interesting.
So, yeah, we're fat.
Yeah.
I mean, we are not technically, we are the fattest country in all of Europe, even though we're not really European. Only a tad bit of
Yeah,
us
see,
is
I don't know
European.
the statistics. I've heard from other people saying that apparently Turkey suffers with obesity.
Yeah, I think it's 30%.
I don't
I think
know.
30% of the population in Turkey is classified as either overweight or obese. I don't think obese, because obese is like, I'm pretty sure it's like a BMI over 40.
You'd be surprised actually. There's like, it's not as like when you think obese, you think like, oh, obese, like really big. But a lot of people are obese and they don't know about it.
Yeah.
Like it's actually like, yeah, it's like something that you'd have to actually go out of your way to figure out. Like,
Yeah.
oh, my height, my weight, my age, and blah 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 to actually figure out. I guess like I know people that have done like tried to enter like get into like being a police officer, and
Yeah.
they do that. They have to reach a certain body fat percentage to be able to join. So that then they have to calculate it and then they know if they're obese or not. I remember that.
Wouldn't mind being a police officer. I wouldn't mind being a police officer. Maybe not
Yeah.
now because of all the protests going on, but seems pretty good, huh?
Yeah.
Good benefits.
Yeah.
We should both become police officers and just be mantıklı. Bro,
Yeah,
we
I
would
mean,
rule
police
the
officers get a lot of benefits here.
We would rule the streets.
Rule the streets,
Officer, I'm sorry. How sorry are you? I'm very sorry. Are you $500 sorry? You were caught going 1 kilometer over the speed limit, mate. How much would you charge each point?
Hey, I just pull over someone. Hey, what's that there? Oh no! First of all, they go. Why don't you pretend? Why don't we do a little role play?
Yeah.
You're in the car. I've stopped you for speeding like 20 kilometers over the speed limit. I pull up to your driver's side. Ready?
Hey, officer.
Do you know how fast you were going?
I was going the speed limit.
I don't believe that for a second, mate. I clocked you doing 20 kilometers over. You realize that?
No, sir.
Do you have your driver's license with you?
Yes, sir, but my face is covered.
That is a bit suspicious, but it's okay. I'll roll with it.
Here's my wallet, officer.
Oh, thank you. Halas.
I actually got a brand new driver's license photo.
Oh,
So if you want to inspect it, go hard. Look at how attractive I look.
That's how you look like.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, no. But look, you know what's more crazy? You guys can't see this, yeah? I'm sure if it like popped up,
Don't show it to the camera.
No, I'm not showing it to the camera. I've got my old one there too. Look at
Oh my goodness. Wow.
Look at that. That
Wow.
brother, that's baby Kez right there.
Wow. You can show that to the camera and you'll get away with it.
Yeah, that's
Nah, you
baby
won't.
Kez, and you know what Kez that is?
Your face structure is so different.
What do you mean?
Like, as in the first, like,
Oh, bro, I was 120 kilos here. Wow. Yeah, I was a big boy.
wow.
I was a big boy. Do you remember how big I was?
120 is how much you were going as well.
Yeah, I was a big boy, bro.
Yeah.
So
Anyway, back to the role play.
yes, back to the role play. Sorry, officer. I just thought I'd gloat to you the
What's that over there? Oh, I see in your car. There's like something weird over there.
That's a
do you-
C4 officer.
What do you? No. Besides the C4, like on your wind, is that a Hot Wheel? Is that a Skyline Hot Wheel?
Yes, officer, it is.
Give it to me.
No.
Do you want a $500 fine instead? Do you want free demerit points off? Give me the Hot Wheel. Now.
Officer, look, we can explore. We could sort
I'm
this-
calling for backup. I don't know.
we can sort this out, bro. We can sort this out.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll just probably hunt for Hot Wheels. You know what I've been meaning to do for the longest time?
What?
This is old now, but I still want to do it. I don't care. Because I find it cool. There's people that find cars and they carry around Hot Wheels with them, and then when they run into them, they place the Hot Wheel on their windshield.
Oh yeah,
I want to do that, and I could make like shorts and upload that.
that'd go viral.
But
Easily.
what I also want to do is I want to add another trend. So do two at once. I have a Polaroid. I'll also take a picture of their car.
Ah, not bad,
Yeah.
not bad. I did that in Japan actually.
Oh,
Not with Hot Wheels, but like
Polaroids?
yeah. I brought
Okay.
my wifey's Polaroid
Oh, yeah.
camera, and then I I took a photo of this really clean 300ZX. If I can find a photo of it somewhere in my phone somewhere, I'll submit it to you.
If Kez has submitted it, here it is.
If not,
Yep.
then
Well, that's blurred now.
but I ended up giving it to the bloke, and I don't know what he said. I don't know if he swore at me. I don't know if he gave it to me. I don't know.
Konnichiwa.
I don't know what he said, to be honest, bro.
Konnichiwa is right, isn't it? That's Japanese for thank you, isn't it?
No,
It would be konnichiwa.
no. Konnichiwa means hi. I'm
Oh,
pretty sure.
oh,
Yeah,
damn.
yeah, yeah,
Okay. Oh, never mind.
I forgot what it means. What? No, we have to.
Guys,
figure
a Japanese audience, if I have any, please comment down below. But
Just-
not in Japanese, in English, please.
There's just gonna be that one Japanese comment in the comments.
I know we might have some Japanese audience because I posted your video when you went to Japan.
Oh
Of like which video did really well?
Which
the
one?
Japanese mosque. I still get like views and comments from that.
Oh, really?
People really find it interesting, yeah.
How many?
And people are still arguing in the comments. Ataturk was responsible. No, he wasn't.
How many views is that on there?
Let me check actually.
Mate,
me check how
you
many
got to
views.
get back to uploading shorts, bro.
I do. I really do. Trust me. That's where the views are. Let me have a look for you what that's on.
500,000.
What do you think it's on?
I think last time I checked, it was on like. I actually don't remember. Was it like 6 or something?
It's on 5.1.
5.1.
Yeah,
Not- not bad at
5.1k. And then the video, the short that I uploaded of me just messing around with this dodgy door handle got 10,000 views somehow.
Dodgy door hand. Oh yeah. I remember this. I remember.
It's just a
that.
video of a door handle that's been mounted the wrong way, so I just go to flip it and it just opens the other way, providing no security. Just check out my shorts if you haven't.
Link in the description.
Nah, can't be bothered. Just go to
I'll
my
put
channel.
the link in the comments, guys. I'll put
yeah,
the link
yeah,
in
you
there.
put the link in the
I'll
comments.
put the link in there, guys.
All right, fine.
Under my well, I don't even know what my account's name is, to be honest.
Yeah,
I just keep commenting, huh?
yeah.
Bro, this is actually pissing me off so hard.
What's pissing you off? The
I've
fact
got
that
a
it's
very mantıklı face.
No, you don't. Your face is pretty.
Thank you, bro. I was
You're
just
welcome.
looking for
Mashallah,
I was just looking
mashallah.
for a compliment.
Oh, you were fishing.
I was fishing.
Fishing for compliments.
I was fishing for a snapper.
Ah,
And I've got a,
and
I've
you
got a,
got a
I've got a
catfish.
snapper. I've got a snapper, bro.
Snapper.
I've got a catfish.
I don't know.
Catfish.
There's a joke in there somewhere, but I can't fish it out. Ow.
the
table.
table like that, bro.
The table like the joke. It's
I'll-
nice though having us like two together because look, you mentioned before. I've had one-on-ones with Aiden. I've had one-on-ones with Mirza. Obviously, when you were very busy at like you had the Japan trip, then you had your wedding, and it's nice to finally because we've been wanting to do this for a long time.
Yeah, we
Have a
have, we
one-to-one.
have been actually. We've been discussing this.
Um,
How many discussion like how many possible discussions have we come up with at this point?
Yeah.
Like I know religion's a big one.
yeah.
I know I told you Turkish problems or
Yeah.
Middle Eastern
Oh
problems.
yeah.
I know I said what else have I said?
Growing up with Turkish parents.
Yeah, pretty
you've
much.
Said that,
Pretty
yeah.
much, yeah.
What do you want to talk about today? Because we could do either. We could do religion. We're gonna tackle.
I think we just talk about everything, to be honest.
All right, done. Whatever comes to mind, I guess.
Yeah.
But this is gonna be a bit more of a serious episode. We're still gonna have fun with it, but we're gonna talk about, I guess, more serious topics.
More deen. If
Yeah.
you guys don't know what deen is, it's
I have a couple like questions like regarding Islam, like
okay.
essentially trying to gauge like how religious is too religious. Is there such a thing as too religious? Sort of like that, because there's a lot of gray areas in Islam when it comes
Yeah.
to certain things, like when it comes to like dice, when it comes to like arcade, when it comes to like, for instance, cooking with alcohol.
Yeah. Well,
So-
with dice, I know that the whole aspect of even like touching it is completely haram.
Yeah, because of that Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam quote. Did I say that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that quote that he had. I can't remember it. Do you remember
There's
that?
something to
quote?
do with the devil, wasn't it?
He just said something along the
The-
lines of "Don't touch the dice." But you know, I have a question since we're talking about this already. I guess we can just get straight into it. With dice, like for instance, I love a good game of Monopoly.
Yeah.
I think Monopoly is fun. Obviously, we shouldn't be touching dice. I respect, obviously, our prophet, the last messenger of Allah. and I respect what he has to say.
Yeah.
And if he said it, then it should be respected. You know, that's a big name. And that's why I'm thinking, like, is there a way around it? Like, for instance, can I play Monopoly still, but just take the dice out? Can I just get an app on my phone that has like a randomizer and I can put numbers 1 to 10?
Yeah, you could do that.
Or
You
1
could
to
get like that
6?
spinny thing where you
Yeah.
just hit it, it spins. From what I know about dices, I'm not qualified to answer this. I'm just saying
Yeah.
my input. Yeah.
Can we preface?
yeah.
Let's preface. We're not sheikhs.
We're not.
We're not even like close to having good religious Islamic knowledge. So don't take anything with a grain of salt. Don't take our word for it. Do your own research. We're just talking here.
God
That's
knows
it.
we're probably wrong and we don't even know.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
like just
Honestly,
Yeah.
I'd love it if you guys give your own feedback. If for some, honestly, you know, I've thought about this before. I'd love for a sheikh or someone who's more religious to actually
Yeah.
watch my videos.
Yeah.
Because, you know, sometimes I worry this whole channel is like Islamic for me. Like, I don't want to show anything or showcase anything that's haram. So
Yeah.
sometimes I worry, am I showing something that I don't realize is haram?
Yeah.
Like, I worry about that sort
Well,
of thing.
at the end of the day, it's all intention. Yeah. Like,
My intention is to keep it as pure as possible. And
That's-
I cut out anything. Like, sometimes we've had jokes that are like so funny, but I'm like, I can't because I know it's
Yeah.
not. It goes against
100%, bro.
And the biggest problem, I've said this before, is this is something that new people will see continuously. So you're getting sin on top of sin, and it's never gonna stop.
yeah, of course, man.
This is really tough terrain to walk on. It's a very fine line because the work that we do is essentially the type of work that if we do sin, it's a sin that's going to keep accumulating even after
Yeah.
our death.
Exactly.
And that's scary. That's serious.
Of course, man. It is a big thing, man.
So it's
when
tricky, man.
when you take on something like this, it's like you're signing an invisible contract, pretty much. Like when you take on this type of not necessarily influencer work,
Yeah.
but just social media work in general, you're essentially accepting the fact that you're possibly going to become a role model to younger kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's 100%. You don't sign anything like that. You know, you could upload some of the most craziest stuff. I mean, Logan Paul, for example, when he uploaded
The Japan
incidents, you know, like he knows for a fact that he can upload whatever he wants, but at the end of the day, a kid's going to see him as a role model. It's just the case of social media.
It's actually
unfortunately.
crazy. Like, I never realized how much of a impact social media and these influencers actually play in people's lives.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's even influenced me. That's why they're called influencers.
Yeah.
And it's so, that's even another, we can get into so many different rabbit holes here. But that's why you got to be careful with what you watch as well.
Of course,
because
man.
you think it's not doing you any harm because, you know, like, for instance, you could watch a Westerner doing like a video. You don't have any harm. You don't have any bad intent. Maybe it's good content.
Yeah.
But then you see a clip of him like consuming alcohol.
Yeah. That's
And
the
you
thing.
think, nah, there's nothing wrong with this. Like, I'll never do it. But there is a problem.
That's
Like, you
what-
shouldn't
yeah.
be consuming content like
100%, bro. 100%.
You shouldn't be.
People don't
Um,
realize how much it actually
that. Yeah.
impacts them. It does impact you.
Like,
yeah, it does impact you.
I genuinely want, like, I don't ever want to be led astray, and I genuinely want to be like a positive influencer. Like, one of my goals for this is, if inshallah it does take off, we do get some popularity, we get, you know, paid from this or whatever, we get like successful, we become inshallah, all right? I want to be a good influence. I want to almost like, it's very hopeful how I think, but how I think is I want to bring, because there's a lot of bad news about influencers.
Yeah.
I want to almost bring like the good side of it. I want to pull the influencer word up with my actions, but more importantly, I want to raise the Muslim community's
Of course, of
reputation higher.
I will say, I think there's a lot of Muslims, unfortunately, that look up to Muslim social media influencers, but they are horrible. They're just horrible.
Yeah. There can be some. We've talked about this before. We won't get into specifics, but we've talked about Muslim influencers that we've watched, and I remember asking you, like, what's your opinion on this thing that
I know
they
exactly what you're talking
did.
about.
So
I know
we won't
exactly what
name
you're
it
talking about.
because it's like I said, we're not experts. It's
Still such a wild thing.
at the end of the day, I have a question for you. Actually, it's a
Yeah.
bit of a deep one. Do you think that because the world is not black and white, and I think it's the same when it comes to religion. Obviously, we have the Quran, we have the what would you call it? The Prophet's book,
The Sunnah.
Sunnahs. Yeah,
Yeah.
we have the Sunnahs. They tell us what we should do and what we shouldn't do. But do you think that there is two people that can do opposite things, but also be in the right because of their intention?
Of course.
Do you understand what
Of
I'm
course.
saying?
No,
Yeah.
100%. We've had so many. There's been a lot of Muslims with questions. That's why we have the schools of Islam.
Mm.
We've got the free schools of Islams. All of them not directed or anything, but like they're taught by like some of these imams.
Yeah.
Don't quote me, yeah. I don't know this. I don't know this too much. I just
Look, we already
yeah.
prefaced it.
But
Don't
from
stress
what
at
I
this
from
point,
what I
yeah.
know, there's the Quran itself, which
Yep.
is literally the word of God.
Yeah.
There's the word of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
Yeah.
So and also his actions, so his sunnah, and then there's the schools of Islam. So these are essentially like people that are very high up in the Islamic world, who kind of classify whether something is haram, halal. I forgot what was like an in between.
Oh, M. It starts with M.
Makruh.
Yeah.
Makruh. That's what it is. And so we need to follow all of them, bro.
Yeah, of course.
But at the end of the day, it's all intention, If
Yeah,
you do something that's wrong, thinking it's correct, then
yeah.
yeah.
But I guess another side of that is there's people that say one thing and another group that says another. And what I mean by that is, for instance, Bitcoin. One sheikh might say
Yeah.
it's halal. The other sheikh might say it's haram.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's not always like, here's the answer. Because at the end of the day, we have the sunnahs, we have the Quran, but we know exactly what the rules are. But when it comes to these newer topics, like stocks, Bitcoin, obviously it's not really in there. And it's up to the Muslim community as a whole to come together and agree on a majority or the whatever sheikh that you trust.
I want to say, just to add on to that Bitcoin thing, I never understood why sheikhs or just people in general say that crypto is haram. I never understood that, because I've said this to you before and I'm going to say it again, and I want you guys to listen to this as well. For as long as humanity's been a thing, we've exchanged goods
And services.
to do bad. Whether it's gold, whether it's food, whether it's paper money or whatever, or whether it's Bitcoin. At the end of the day, it's just a form of currency, Annie. Like, I could go, not that I am, I'm just saying this is all theoretical. I could go buy a gun with real money, like, Australian dollars.
Yeah.
Not that I am. I'm not, please. Yeah, please. Astaghfirullah. I would never do that.
Yeah.
But then I could also do the same with Bitcoin, but it's Bitcoin that gets the bad rep, not the actual normal money.
Yeah.
For all we know, there's more dirty money out there, normal money out there, bro, than Bitcoin. And yeah, sure, Bitcoin's used in the dark web, yada yada yada, but still, money's used like that too. So where does that point come proven? It just doesn't make sense.
Nah, I will say that's one of the personally, what I think is that's one of the weakest forms of arguments against Bitcoin. They say, oh, Bitcoin is haram because it can be used for bad things. Yeah, just like you explained, money can be used for bad things. That is the worst argument, in my opinion. But there's other arguments why they say it's haram.
Okay, but I know this. Sorry for cutting you off.
No,
but another argument is, oh, you're not buying a physical good. As a Muslim, if you purchase something, you need to get something from it. So it's seen as like a source of gambling. Okay, if that's the case, when we work, for example, this is don't think I'm making a comparison. I'm not. Yeah, we work, we get paid, but it's all electronic.
Yeah,
it's not a physical good, Yanni.
Not anymore.
It's not.
It's all numbers.
It's not. And we know. And if you study how banks work, that money technically doesn't even exist.
Yeah.
Respectfully speaking.
It doesn't, yeah.
Respectfully
It's
speaking.
crazy, actually. It's actually crazy, yeah.
You know? So you've got this one over here, which has crazy tax. It's completely monitored. There's no privacy. There's no this. There's no that. But then you've got Bitcoin. Yeah, there's some forms of tax because the government did it. I mean, they obviously
they had to legalize that,
but
yeah.
you know, Bitcoin never had that stuff.
Yeah.
You know, and there's no surveillance. There's
Yeah.
privacy. There's this. There's that. So in reality, we should be asking ourselves what's more halal. Halal, to be honest. Sorry, bro. My mouth's like foaming up.
No, that's all good. I can like take over here and add my 2 cents as well. That argument also I find invalid. They say, oh, it's not a physical good. But the same people that say Bitcoin's haram because of that, they say, oh yeah, stocks are fine. That makes no sense to me. Because stocks and Bitcoin are the same. My opinion, I think it's very clear. Same with your opinion. I think it's very clear. I don't know about stocks. I'm guessing you're for, like, you don't think stocks and Bitcoin is haram. Am I correct?
No, stocks can be haram.
Yeah, of
but
course. Same with
it's-
Bitcoin.
Yeah, literally. It's
I believe...
if you go and invest in a bloody Israeli company, this and that, and it's like doing
Yeah.
some of the most messed up stuff, yeah, good on you. You're informed about it, and you're investing money into it. It's haram. Why? Because you know that money's being used for bad.
Yeah.
But if you go ahead and invest in some, I don't know, some Muslim company that's 100% like verified this, that, it follows, you know, it's Sharia compliant, this and that. Yeah, what's so bad about that?
Yeah.
It's not bad.
I'll give advice, even though I'm not educated to, but I think this is good advice. That's why I'm giving it. I've read up on this a little bit, very little bit, and Bitcoin and stocks. If you're gonna invest in things that aren't got anything to do with interest, don't have anything to do with that goes against our religion, alcohol. You know, I guess it would be pork or whatever else it may
Yeah.
be. So even with Bitcoin, another thing, obviously, Ponzi schemes. Don't invest in those.
Ponzi schemes is a
Because
very big
the
one.
thing is with Bitcoin, you got to look into what you're buying. Bitcoin itself is fine because that's just Bitcoin is Bitcoin, you know.
Yeah.
But all the other offshoots like Stellar or
Yeah,
Cardano,
those are big
just
ones,
look
yeah.
into it. Look into. I mean, you have to anyway. If you're buying this stuff,
Pretty
you have
much,
to.
yeah.
So just look into what they're investing in, what they're partnered with. I know it's a lot more work for Muslims. It is. But that's just what we have to do. If we
Yeah.
want to invest in these things, we've got to
100%.
research because we don't want our money going to a company that runs like a business or is funded by a business that sells alcohol or something,
100%,
you
bro.
know?
1
So you got to be
million percent.
very careful with that. I think that's like one good advice I can give when it comes to that. But I'm sure there's a lot of missing information here. But yeah, like personally, my opinion, and I think it's your opinion as well, stocks and Bitcoin are fine as long as you follow some guidelines,
Pretty much.
which
bro.
we're not going to mention all of them. So
we can't
again,
anyway.
yeah. Not that we have all the knowledge, but that's our opinion.
Yeah.
Going back to actually, there was one thing I wanted to mention. I guess circling back to talking about the channel. I remember talking to just ignore the plane taking off.
Yeah.
It's fine. My one of my laptops is like on its way to its deathbed.
It's
gonna be
flying right
6
now.
feet
It's a
under.
hoverboard.
Yeah, it's not even charging. Like it's just like deciding to take off. I have a MacBook and it's really bad. Like one of the fans is busted, so it sometimes decides to take off, but it's got no landing gear. So anyway, I remember talking to one person about my channel, and I told them like essentially my goals with it and what I envision with it, and how it is like an Islamic sort of channel. And they made a point to me and they said to me, when I look at your channel, I don't think Islamic at all.
Oh,
They
they've said this.
They've said that. But not in the sense of, oh, I've watched your content, it's bad. It's more so like when I look at your channel, like your thumbnails, your description, the name, none of it screams like Islamic, which is very true. But the reason for that is they told me like you should include more like, I guess your thumbnails, like change it up, maybe like have like a theme, like maybe like put it in the description. But the thing with my channel is the way I think is I don't want my channel to scream, oh yeah, we're a religious channel. I don't want to
Yeah.
state that. I just want to be a good Muslim and represent the Muslim community. I want to, have a lot of Islamic followers that can watch my content and not have to worry about, is there going to be mentions of alcohol? Is there going to be mentions
Yeah.
of this and that? Because for me, I find myself, I watch a lot of YouTube, a ton of it. And I love certain content creators, but sometimes they bring up things because they're westernized and they're not Muslim.
Yeah.
I know I shouldn't be watching technically these things,
Everyone's
but
got
it's
their
hard.
poison.
It's
Everyone's
hard.
got poison, bro.
And it's just like they bring up something that doesn't match my values, and I'm like, I really shouldn't be watching this.
Yeah.
So I want to be that content creator. I want to be that other one that can. I want to focus more on the entertainment.
Of course.
I
bro.
want you guys to just be stress free, be able to watch this or listen to this as a Muslim, enjoy it, and not have to worry about, are they going to say something inappropriate that doesn't match my values?
Yeah.
But at the same time, I don't want my channel to be an Islamic channel because, for one, I don't have the knowledge for that. And for two, my main focus is entertaining. I want to just have a following of people that find us entertaining.
Yeah, 100%.
I want to have a show that can grow, but I want to make entertainment the focus because I feel like there's a niche. I feel like I could teach people, like the Islamic community, like our youth, I can teach them a thing or two about Islam in little bits.
Yeah.
Because when you're doing a Islamic channel, if it's all about that, there's only so much of that content you can watch
Yeah.
before you get, you move on or you get bored of it,
100%.
When it comes to mine, I want to focus on the entertainment, but I also want to teach people as we go. Like, I want to be that good influence. Does that kind of make sense?
100%. It's crazy though, because I know there are other YouTubers exactly like that. But the thing is, they fall into the trap of just showcasing westernized stuff.
I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah.
There's certain Muslim creators, content creators that I watch, and I've seen certain things, and I think to myself, I don't understand how you can do it. Because for me, I guess like it's just different mentalities, right? But for me, what I said to you at the start, right, and to you guys, this is something that's going to continuously build haram. If there's a sin, that's going to keep snowballing. Like, there's things that you can do. Like, if you plant a tree, even after you die, you get the good deeds from it. But there's certain sins that you can commit. After you die, you still get the sin from it.
That's the problem. People don't think about this though.
But I don't understand how you can't fathom that.
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
Everyone has a point in their lives where it doesn't matter if you're an atheist, it doesn't matter if you're Christian, it doesn't matter if you're Muslim, whatever. Everyone has a point in their life where they get a sign. How they interpret it is completely up to them, but everyone gets a sign. Yeah, that's 100%. And when that sign comes and they become religious, but there's this really well-known name and they've got all these mantiqla videos out there, how are you going to hide that, bro?
Yeah.
Well, you're going to grow up, you're growing old, you're at Juma, you have kids, but then your kid comes across a video of you saying this when you were younger.
Yeah.
Brother, that's embarrassing, bro. Full-blown embarrassing, man.
That's another aspect of it. It's like, I wouldn't want to say anything. I'm very careful with what I say and how I say things, because I wouldn't want someone to find my video. I want to be able to freely share my video with anyone.
People are cancelled for everything these days.
Yeah.
Literally.
But you know what it is? I wouldn't want my family's pride to be damaged by what I do.
Yeah.
Imagine if one of my dad's friends finds my video somehow and goes, "Look at what your son said."
Yeah.
That's embarrassing.
It is
bro.
embarrassing.
That's honestly so
100%
embarrassing.
It's embarrassing.
And I've got like little cousins, little brother, sister. I wouldn't want them to listen to stuff. Like,
100%.
So it's just so, like, I'm so glad, like, it was such a big change for us. And I was honestly worried when we first started this podcast, because I was like, how are we going to make this entertaining with so many restrictions? But I think that is completely out the window for me, because we have fun.
We're getting by. We're getting by. We have our fun.
We have fun. We laugh. Sometimes our asses off, if I can say that.
We laugh our butts off.
We laugh our butts off. And it just shows, like, it's possible to be a really pious Muslim and still just enjoy the dunya.
100%.
It's a temporary dunya, but at the end of the day, you still want to strive to be happy. You still want to strive to be successful. So, that's my take. Yeah.
I gotta say, I think that the younger Muslim generation, with all the stuff that's out there on the internet, it's impacted them so much, bro, to the point where I'm not embarrassed by our people. I'm not. Alhamdulillah. I'm very proud that I'm Muslim, this, that. I'm very proud of that.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you know,
It's disappointing.
it's disappointing seeing how some of us, and I'm saying us because they claim to be us.
Yeah.
I'm not saying they're not Muslim or this and that. Everyone's got their own sins. Yeah. Everyone does stuff. Everyone, you know, we never know what they do. What if they repent in their spare time? We don't know.
Of course.
And that's something I learned the hard way.
Mm.
I actually want to say a little bit of a story.
All right.
I went to, and I think I already told you this story, but I'll tell you guys. I went to a Ramadan sahur festival. No, not sahur festival, iftar festival.
Yeah.
Where we break our fast at the same time, yada, yada, yada. And it was beautiful until I saw something. And unfortunately, there was an individual who I saw with my own eyes who broke their fast. I'm not saying anyone. I don't want anyone to even picture who it is. You know? And I'm not even saying whereabouts it is, literally. And this individual was breaking his fast in a very disliked way.
Yeah.
To put it shortly, it wasn't food that he broke his fast with. That's all we can say.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm just gonna say it, bro. Straight out.
I'll believe it, bro.
Yeah. He. Do you know the story?
Yeah.
Yeah. He broke. Oh, I shouldn't even be saying he. This individual, he broke his fast with.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a common sight, bro. We go everywhere around this area.
Yeah.
We see it everywhere, bro. My workplace alone has so much.
Yeah.
It's disgusting, bro.
Yeah.
And the first time I looked at it, bro, I was disgusted. I was so disgusted. And I went to my wife, and you know what my wife said, bro? At least he waited to break his fast. And it's you know, to some people that doesn't sound like a lot. You know, it's like, okay, but you know, why would that happen? I had that mentality where it was like, you know, he broke his fast like that. So for 40 days, he's unable to fast. That was my mentality.
Yeah.
But bro, once she said that to me, I sat down with a very, very knowledgeable person, and they said the exact same thing. And they said we shouldn't be judging them, this and that. What if they're gonna, you know, like they said, they waited until iftar time to sin. Yeah. At least they're trying to be better.
Exactly.
And another example for this, I used to, and there's no denying this, I used to judge the way, you know, Muslim individuals dressed. Yeah. And I think every bloke does this at one point. We become so arrogant. We become not sexist.
See, here's the thing. It's very easy to fall prey to negative emotion.
Exactly.
It's so addictive, and everyone does it.
Yeah.
Everyone falls victim to it. But it's about recognizing that it's negative and it's bad, and you should stop. Yeah. At the end of the day, we all have things
when
to
I used to
improve on.
see an individual not dressed properly.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter if it's a female or it doesn't matter if it's a bloke.
We're not mentioning genders.
Yeah. It's both.
We're keeping it as anonymous as possible.
100%,
we don't want this to come off as, because we know it's wrong to judge other Muslims, especially.
Yeah. For all I should say, I'm probably dressed wrong right now, you know?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, but still. But then my wife told me, at least they're trying to dress better. Yeah. God knows, what if they came from wearing this to that?
Yeah, exactly.
You know, I don't see I don't see the beforehand, bro. Yeah. And ever since she told me that, bro, wallahi billah, I'm not even joking, bro. My entire output on people has changed so hard, and I'm very grateful for that.
This is why
very grateful.
This is one of the reasons why they tell us to never judge, especially a Muslim, because at the end of the day, you don't know how guilty they might feel or how much repentance they do behind closed doors. Only Allah knows. So at the end of the day, only Allah can judge. Yeah. It's not, honestly, like, it's haram to even say that brother is committing a sin, because only Allah can assign a sin.
Well, the thing is, so the way I see it is, if you actively see a brother committing a sin or a sister, approach him, Tell them in a very kind way.
Yeah.
Tell them, sister, brother, this is not the way to do it. Do it like this. If they reject your saying,
You've done your part.
you've done your part.
Yeah.
Go on. Don't give them a lecture.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I used to do.
Yeah.
Well, never. Oh, I hit the mic. I became Mirza for a second.
I could tell a I could tell a small story. It's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
it's not oh, this is a great story. But it just came to mind. There was this one time where like I still have to learn so much about like the religion. Even though I was born Muslim, you know, I'm way more dedicated to it than I ever was. And I'm at a point where for me knowledge is something that I crave. Whereas back in the day, it was not something that I strive for. Like I didn't really care about like learning. I was trying to almost push it away.
Yeah.
Like not just Islamically, religiously, but also like school wise too. It's just
Yeah.
how it was. Like it's a maturity thing, I think. But alhamdulillah, like I'm better now. Like I
Alhamdulillah.
want to learn and stuff. But
Alhamdulillah.
I remember one time I was in Jummah prayer, and we were obviously praying in congregation. And, you know, people always usually follow like a line, right? Like they keep the line as straight as possible. Now, that's a thing that I've seen, but I've never actually knew why, right?
Yeah.
Until this day. Now, what happened is I was not in line. I didn't realize. We started. A brother that was next to me pretty much nudged me to say, like, come forward. And he grabbed, like, he pushed me from, like, the back. And not push, but, like, as in, like, gently, like,
yeah.
try to get me to move. And I've stood planted because I thought in that moment, I don't know what, like, if I move, is that going to break my prayer? Am I allowed to do that? Like, I know I'm not in the line. Like, I know I'm making the line crooked, but I don't understand what the procedure is here. Like, am I allowed? Because what I know is you keep your feet planted. You don't move your feet when you're started the prayer.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, here's what I'll do. I won't move. He tried to like, you know, nudge me. I didn't move. I stood my ground. And I said, what I'll do is when I go down, because my feet always move when I'm down, I'll just like come forward with my feet a little bit. You know, it feels a bit less wrong that way.
Yeah.
So that's what I did. Anyway, I pray the rest of my prayer. And then the brother approaches me. And mashallah, like alhamdulillah. This is amazing, by the way. Like I encourage like what you said, you should approach people. I highly encourage it because this was actually a very educational moment for me. And I think we should all do this to help each other out. And he came to me and he pretty much, in the kindest way possible, he said, like, you can move during it. And he pretty much, from that day on, I understood. He gave me a quote that was, Allah doesn't pay attention or look at a line that's crooked. Something along those lines. I'm sure you've heard that before.
I'll be honest, no.
See, that's the first
He doesn't
time.
look at a line that's crooked.
Yeah. Like, as in, if you're praying in congregation.
Oh, okay. No. I get what
Yeah.
you mean. I get. Yeah. It needs to be completely straight.
Yeah.
And,
So,
so you could either move, as long as it's forward. As long as
Yeah.
it's in your vision, you have to move
yeah.
up.
So,
But,
like,
yeah,
I
that's good.
I guess why it reminded me is you were saying, like, approach them, tell them.
Yeah.
I think it's really good. But you got to be careful with how you do it. I personally feel I'm horrible with this when it comes to just approaching people. I don't know why I have this really weird, like when I'm telling people off, not telling people off, but when I'm trying to correct people, I have this really bad habit of smiling and almost laughing. And it seems like to come across as like, I feel like I'm coming across as like cocky and like arrogant and like
sarcastic.
like sarcastic and rude. But I don't mean it. The reason I do that though is because I feel so awkward in that moment. It's so like uncomfortable for me.
Yeah.
My only like way of coping with it is like laughing and smiling. So I just can't help it. But this is why I get like worried about like I sometimes I feel like I'm horrible with it because I want to do the right thing, but I feel like my message comes across as really bad. Like as if I'm condescending and like rude. And that, if anything, instead of pulling them closer to Allah, I feel like it pushes them away.
Yeah.
So that's something that I've realized for myself.
It's all about delivery. You need to understand how the person would possibly react. You know?
Yeah.
And it's hard. When you're in public, you don't know how people are going to react. You don't even know them.
That's even tougher.
Yeah.
I've never had to approach a random person.
Yeah.
But like yeah,
Like
there's
if
been
you approach a
instances,
person, there's you have that lingering thought where it's like, oh, what if they react badly?
yeah,
You know, like I remember in I used to not always, but when I saw people doing something bad,
yeah,
obviously people would approach, but with egos and testosterone running so high, they just don't want to accept it.
yeah,
They think you're coming off as like some
sheikh or something.
yeah.
That's the problem. It's like you
Yeah.
don't want people to think like you're treating them like, oh, I know better than you.
Yeah.
I'm a better Muslim than you.
Yeah.
That's what I hate. Like if I come across like that, I would hate it. Like I don't want it to come across like that. But there's also so were you gonna say something?
No.
Yeah.
Continue.
I was gonna say another like I guess sort of related thing. One thing I learned, which was also really cool, is I was told that not by a person, but I've heard this I think online. You should never ever not take someone's advice, even if there's a Muslim brother that does this and this and this and sins like with this and this and this and this, and it. Even if like let's say they don't even pray, but they tell you to correct your prayer, you shouldn't ever disregard it. You shouldn't ever say to them, who are you to tell me you don't even pray or whatever? I think it's haram, if I'm not mistaken.
If a person at the end of the day, if a person's intention is to guide you towards the right path, then you should take it with not necessarily a grain of salt, but you should see it as good.
You should, I guess,
Even if it is, in your opinion, a person who's just horrific. At the end of the day, if you see their intention is to genuinely help, oh my god, my stomach's just going hard. So
Are you hungry?
No, it's just like full blown concert in there. I saw this one. I was doing some research about Islam online, and that's not the best place to do research. Yeah, so don't follow what I did. But I saw one of the signs of Qiyamah was Saudi Arabia having greenery,
That's happening.
and I was curious. I saw a picture on Instagram, but obviously I didn't believe it because it's Instagram.
Yeah.
So what did I do? I went on to YouTube and I searched up some drone footage of Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
And with climate change on the rise, with Judgment Day coming closer, you just see Saudi. It's just slowly starting to be engulfed in greenery. It is the most terrifying thing, bro.
Allahu Akbar, bro.
And Allahu Akbar. Just an entire peninsula. We're talking about Saudi Arabia here, yeah? One of the hottest countries in the world.
Yeah.
It's essentially, I don't even know. Can you just quickly search up to see how much % of Saudi Arabia is desert?
Hey Siri.
How much?
Did it go off?
Hate that, bro.
Hey Siri.
How much % of Saudi Arabia is desert?
I found this on the web.
I hate Siri with a passion, bro.
Wow, she actually ruined it. What was it?
Saudi Arabia percentage desert.
You've given up at this point.
I found this on the web for what is Saudi Arabia percentage.
Bro, why are you talking?
Kez's phone is going off. Desert percentage?
Yeah. Desert land percentage.
38% are desert lands. The Kingdom of Saudi Arabia constitutes the bulk of the Arabian Peninsula in Western Asia, with a total area of 2.25 million kilometers square, of which about 38% are desert lands.
So it's desert lands and it's rocky lands. So they barely have any greenery. But then you've literally got greenery growing in the middle of the bloody desert.
Yeah.
In the middle of these hot, rocky plains. Bro, we're talking about a country that goes up to like 45, 50 degrees, bro. Yeah. It's terrifying, man.
I think the scariest, talking about like this one of the signs, major signs especially, of before the day of Qiyamah, Judgment Day. I think the scariest one for me was that video I saw of scientists talking about how the Earth's rotation is slowing down, and they estimate that eventually it'll come to a complete stop, and it will rotate backwards.
Yeah.
And what happens with that is one of the biggest signs of the Day of Judgment. I'm pretty sure this is the last sign.
Yeah.
Is when the sun rises from the west.
Yes, the West. Yeah.
And that's what they say will essentially happen. If the Earth starts rotating backwards, it will happen. And I think that's the scariest thing. I don't know if that news article, that news video, scientific video was true, but I'd assume it was because it seemed legit.
yeah.
No research. Like, I just see these things and I think this is cool, but at the same time scary.
I know another sign. Don't quote me. I don't know if it's a major or a minor sign, but it is a sign. I know a sign of the day of Qiyamah is Arab countries or Muslim countries
Yeah.
with tall buildings.
Oh, yeah, competing for tall buildings.
Competing for tall
And that's
buildings.
happening in Saudi, Dubai.
Dubai, Saudi, the UAE. You got Bahrain. that's starting to
competing
go
for the
hard.
tallest structure, tallest
Yeah,
building.
yeah, bro. It's
Oh, that's happening. Yeah,
terrifying.
that's
bro.
happening.
It's
There's-
genuinely
Yeah.
terrifying.
There's so many it's scary. Yeah, there's so many signs that
Yeah.
we're living in. Like, currently it's happening. Like, that's one of them. One of the signs that they say it's happening right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's definitely scary. Yeah. What was I gonna lead on to? I know before I wanted to mention, like, I know it's a bit random now, but I would love to eventually get a sheikh on the podcast
Yeah.
and actually, like, go through this, because I think it'd be very, like, fun to do, and it'd be very educational
Of course.
for
Yeah.
both us and the viewers. I definitely want to do, like, more religious talks in the future. This is very enjoyable for me.
Do you have? This is completely unrelated, but
Yeah.
I'm genuinely curious. Is there anything that you thought for the longest time was haram and then it actually turned out to be permissible?
Oh, good, very good question. There's that big thing of, like, obviously putting away your prayer mat. You don't have to.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I do now because my cats play with it. But actual haram? Ooh. I mean, there's things that I found out were haram that I didn't know, that I thought, wow, I didn't know. Like dice, for instance. That was a big one.
You know what I recently figured out wasn't not haram or anything, but for the longest time I always thought like shaving your chest hair, your leg hair, your arm hair was just completely haram. Turns out it's actually permissible.
Okay.
It's haram to shave your beard
Yeah.
and your eyebrows as a man.
Yeah.
But if you want to shave anywhere else,
Yeah.
you can do that.
Yeah.
Did you ever know that?
I do know that, and that's something that did surprise me as well. I thought it would
insane.
be. Yeah, I thought it would
My
be.
grandfather used to always tell me, son, because I don't know what's happening to my leg hair. I'm not as hairy as I used to be, yeah?
Yeah.
For some reason, when I was 12 years old, I was twice as hairier than I am now. And I'm a hairy bloke, yeah? I am. But my grandfather used to always just tell me, never cut your leg hair. It's completely haram. It's completely haram. It's a womanly thing. It's a womanly thing.
Yeah.
You're not a woman. You're not a
Yeah.
woman. But then I come across a video of, what was his name? You know, the Asian sheikh?
I don't know his name, but yeah, I know.
Everyone
I
knows
know
him.
his
He's
face.
amazing.
I remember-
He's
yeah.
amazing. He didn't tell me himself, but there's a video of him saying it's permissible to cut your chest hair, your leg hair. How crazy is that?
Yeah.
That's insane.
I knew about that, but that's also, like, I agree with you. That's something that also kind of shocked me too.
Yeah.
I really want to answer your question, but I really can't think of anything right now on the top of my head. Yeah, really. Oh, I got it.
What?
When I found out that if you don't remember if you have your ablution or not, then that's fine. You still have it.
Yeah.
I thought you had to go and get it.
That's a thing one.
Yeah,
Obviously, it's good to get your wudu.
it is. Yeah.
It is good to get it. But if you're in a situation where, you're out in public and, you can't really get wudu and you can't really remember if you have it, then yeah, it's still technically valid.
Yeah.
How awkward is it getting wudu in public, bro?
I really can't, like, see, whenever I'm out, I try to plan my life so that, obviously, I try to plan my life around Islam and not plan Islam around my life.
Yeah.
So I try to like get my abdest before I leave the house if I have to go, or try to pray before I leave or
Yeah.
whatever. But obviously you have moments where you're out and you have to pray. There's a certain like shopping centers and stuff that I now know where the like prayer rooms are, which is
Yeah.
really good. Like it's
Yeah.
awesome to always have that in mind. But yeah, when it comes to getting your abdest, like if you don't have that's the problem. You can pray anywhere. The problem is the ablution, because for me, I've never gotten my ablution in a public bathroom
Yeah.
because
Oh, are you serious?
no, because I don't understand how you can do it. Like I don't think I can, because it would be disrespectful to everyone else. You know what I mean? Like
I've had situations where, sorry for cutting you off,
yeah.
but I've been in so many situations where it's just completely dead. Like I'm talking about like
Oh yeah, yeah.
it's completely dead. But then when I get up to the feet, I put my leg in the sink and then the door just opens up and I'm just
yeah.
staring at him. They're staring at me. I had this one guy who walked in on me, yeah,
Oh god.
and he walked in while I was cleaning my nose.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so I went shh, shh, and I didn't hear him because I make so much noise blowing out my
Yeah,
nose.
yeah.
Yeah, this bloke walks in and just stares at me while I'm blowing it out. I see him at the corner of my eye, and he just walks back. Bro, it's awkward, man.
Yeah,
But-
it is. Yeah, but yeah, alhamdulillah. Like I've always found like I've either always had my ablution, or I found a nice place to be able to do it. I mean, there is those moments where I just can't.
Yeah,
But it's because there is no good place to do it. Like, because honestly, another point of it is majority of the public bathrooms are disgusting. Even the
Yeah.
sink.
Yeah, they are disgusting, unfortunately.
And mix that with the awkwardness of washing your feet. How do you wash you're washing your feet in the sink? People are gonna judge. People might even go as far as to comment, you know, like
Yeah.
and also again, like I feel like I'm being disrespectful. It's a shared space. I don't feel like it's right to put my feet. I know it's for like prayer purposes, but it's a tough one, that one.
Well, I will say this. I work in a facility where it can be very disgusting at times. I've seen some of the most craziest stuff in public toilets. I recently showed you a video.
Oh, that was crazy, man.
Yeah.
Bro, I saw videos of that online and I couldn't believe my eyes when you showed me yourself.
Yeah, man, it's
That's-
it's
so,
real, bro. That's not.
Do you
the
want to
first time
explain
I-
it? Or?
Yeah. So unfortunately, people don't really have ethics. They don't understand that there are other people in the world. And people who are addicted to they need to figure out ways. It's kind of smart. I won't lie. It is a bit smart, but at the same time disgusting. They get the needle, yeah. So what they do is they get a bar of tissue, a massive bar of tissue, and it's got lines because obviously it's wrapped around like this. They get they shove it in there, they clean it out. They shove it in there, they clean it out. They shove it in there, they clean it out. And there was this one time where we had to enter the toilet.
Yeah.
I'm not saying what my job is, but we had to enter the toilet, and sure enough, I look at the toilet paper.
roll? Yeah.
It's just full of blood,
Yeah.
full
Just
of blood,
dots
full
of blood.
full of this and that.
And the scary part of that is no one checks that compartment. Like
Nah,
it's
bro.
closed off. The only reason you check is if you're replacing it.
Yeah,
So the scary part is people would go in there, they'd grab the roll to wipe their, bottom,
yeah,
and they don't realize that some of them are completely just unsanitized and like unsanitary, like actual dangerous, like
Yeah, yeah,
unsanitary. Like that's
people
needles
carry
and
some
blood.
of the
That's
people
blood.
carry AIDS. You could
Yeah.
literally cop AIDS like that.
Yeah.
If a person uses a dirty to clean it and you grab that dirty piece of paper and you wipe yourself, sorry for the hand actions. Let me repeat that.
Not the hand actions.
Not the hand actions. Not the hand actions. People literally have AIDS. They have all these types of diseases. And you grab that tissue that they use to clean their and you wipe yourself. That's just another way of transmitting a disease, bro.
Yeah.
It's disgusting, man.
Yeah.
There was this one time, and after this, yeah, like I completely, like even when I went to a public toilet, I don't even wash my hands anymore. You know why? I go outside and I just completely sanitize my hand with like a proper alcohol killing thing.
Really?
I
Okay.
saw something disgusting recently,
Ooh.
and
What's
by
happened?
by recently I mean 2 days ago.
Oh,
Some guy
yeah.
used the tap as a bidet.
Oh no!
Some guy or woman, I don't know what it was, bro, but this individual,
Oh, there was like poo on it.
there was poo, there was just feces all over it. Someone literally climbed it, bent over, and used it as a bidet.
Jeez.
This is why I tend to avoid public toilets.
And I'm embarrassed about putting my feet in the sink.
Yeah,
People are
man.
putting their bum.
Yeah, man, I'm not joking.
Well, time flies, Kez.
Time does fly, man.
Yeah, I think we'll wrap up. It's been a good while. But I feel like I could talk about this for hours,
Oh,
and I'm
we
sure
could.
it's the same for you.
We could,
But
bro.
we'll definitely talk about this more. I think what's an appropriate way to end it off is I want to link something for the viewers to watch. Down in the link below, there's an amazing video by One Islam TV. I think that's what their channel is. I actually posted about this. I'm not sure you saw. I made a post. My first ever, you know how you can kind of make a post on YouTube and share a video that way? I've never done it before, but this video was so it was just amazing. Like the concept was good and the execution was really good too. And it moved me and I thought it was amazing. So I shared it, but I want to share it here too because I feel like you haven't seen that post, I assume.
Which post is it? I've seen a lot.
It's
of
like, you know
stuff.
how you can make comments on YouTube? Like as the content creator, you can post and you can see the creator's posts, but no one really uses it that much. So that's why I assume you wouldn't have seen it. But yeah, we'll wrap it up. That video is in the link description. I'm going to show Kez now, and because I think it's an amazing video. I highly recommend you watch it if you're interested. This is about, it's called The Hour Is Near. It's about Judgment Day. But hope you guys enjoyed this more serious, where we tackle a bit more of a serious topic. It was really fun, actually.
It was good.
I enjoy
was
it.
good.
I enjoy
It was,
things like this.
It was calm. I liked it.
It's not the type of episode where you'll get a lot of laughs, but it's a good listen.
Of course, man.
Yeah.
Of
So
course.
yeah, like the video and subscribe to see more videos like this. Yeah, it's just nice.
Thank
it's
you
good
guys for watching.
yeah.
We appreciate it. Bye.
Salam alaikum.
Alaikum assalam. Assalamu alaikum. Sorry.
Yeah, alhamdulillah, good one. Yeah.
Guys, this is our handshake. It's called the Ottoman handshake. If anyone copies this, you're
That's
out.
offensive for me.
What?
The fact that you call it a handshake.
Well, it involves the hand, technically speaking.
Yeah. Oh, it involves the hand.
Is it an arm
Hand
shake?
shaking her.
Ah.
Offensive.
Yeah. That's extremely funny.
I think you forgot to laugh.
I'm laughing.
Anyway.
Oh, I forgot this.
Hey, welcome.
I know that another sign. I don't know if it's a major sign. That camera.
Oh.
I know that I'll just wait for you. What's the time? Cut that out completely.
That's in the bloopers. Oh. Kez?